Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to live quiz nights. My name is Asim Ahmed
And my name is Waleed Niazi, and welcome to our live quiz night. Jazakallah for all of you guys that have joined us today on time, and we are going to be waiting a few minutes to allow as many Atfal to join as possible.
as you might be aware, we were having some issues with Kahoot a few weeks back, so that's why we have decided now to change platforms. The quiz style is still the same, the format is still the same, but we've only changed the website that we use. The website that we are now using is called Slido. That's SLI.do.
For those of you that have not played one of these quizzes before, the quiz is a series of questions with between 2 to 4 multiple choice answers to choose from. You can join by entering the game pin 1889, also seen on screen, via the Slido app or Slido website. Just go to slido.com, or if you're using the app, just go on there and put in 1889 to join. Remember, you can join using the app. Jazakallah.
Each week, the questions will change, but our structure remains the same. So we will have 3 sections. The first section will be a general knowledge section. Second section is an Islamic knowledge section. And the third one is a surprise round. So last week's surprise round was, I think it was countries or languages. So each section will have 7 questions. You will only have 20 seconds to answer each question. Points will be awarded based on speed as well as choosing the right answer. So make sure that you pick the correct answer as soon as possible. As you can notice on the live stream now, we have put a leaderboard in place. So if you're lucky enough to be on the leaderboard, please try to maintain that spot for as long as possible. You can beat your own record, you can move up in the leaderboard. However, if you are not on the leaderboard yet, you need to try your best to answer as many questions as quickly as possible, and then we will be updating the leaderboard every week, inshallah. So to make sure that you don't miss out, check if your live stream is in real time. To check for this, hover over the bar that you can see at the bottom, and on the bottom right side, if it has a time like minus 0.123, that means that your live stream is slightly behind. So pull the progress bar right to the end and the time should change and say live.
We will wait around 8 more minutes, so if you're trying to join, please do so quickly. Whilst we wait, I'd like to update you guys on some of the events that are taking place. So Mondays, we have live Atfal workout at 6 p.m. with Umar Bartisab. On Tuesdays, we have Let's Talk Tarbiyat session on the Zoom app at 4 to 5 p.m. On Wednesdays, we have the National Online Talim class, 6 to 7 p.m. on Zoom. And then we have the live Atfal show presented by Atfal on this channel at 7:30 p.m. On Thursdays, we have our weekly Kahoot style quiz night at 4:30 p.m. and the live workout session from 6 to 7 p.m. On Fridays, we have the Let's Talk Tarbiyat session on the Zoom app from 4 to 5 p.m. And on Saturdays, we have National Talim class from 11 to 12 p.m. and then the live Atfal workout at 2:30 p.m.
We are also running a lot of challenges. So to find out the most up-to-date information, you can head to our website, www.atfal.org.uk. So the 2 of the challenges that we are running as part of the overall 3 Peaks challenge are, the first one is the Friday Sermon Challenge. It's quite simple. You listen to the Friday sermon delivered by Hazur, make handwritten notes and send them to your regional Nazim. The notes should consist a minimum number of 200 words. Every week you have 6 days to complete the notes, so you have to send them to your regional Nazim every Thursday of next week. So if you are planning on starting tomorrow, you must submit your notes by the following Thursday. Secondly, we're also running the Spring Reading Challenge. Join your Atfal brothers from across the UK for this event, for this even more interesting challenge. You will learn about the daily life of our beloved Hazur and increase your knowledge. In this challenge, you will read some of the amazing incidents relating to Hazur's tours that Abid Khan Sahib has mentioned in his diaries. To join or to register, please head over to our website, www.atfal.org.uk.
We will also be running a special social media campaign named #PrayForHeroes tonight from 7 p.m. onward to show appreciation through prayers to all key workers, especially NHS staff. The aim is to highlight the power of prayers and emphasize how this is the most noble way of showing our appreciation as Muslims. So please try to join in on Twitter by using the Pray for Heroes from 7 p.m. onwards. Jazakallah.
If you don't have a Twitter account, you can ask your parents to also use the hashtag Pray for Heroes on Twitter to help the overall cause. We will be waiting around 4 more minutes just before we get started. Visit the atfal.org.uk website for latest information. New content is uploaded every single day. We are also running regional classes every single week on Zoom. So if you want to join those, you can ask your local guide or Nazim Atfal. So if you're just trying to join us now, can you please head over to sli.do or go and download the Slido app from the app or iOS, the Apple or the Android store. Once you have downloaded or once you've opened the website, you can type in the code 1889 to make sure that you are part of our game. Also, please use your first and last names as your game names, because we will be updating the leaderboard, and any names that are inappropriate or are not complete, we won't be able to put them on our website. So please make sure that your are your first name and your second name. So if you are just joining us now, please head over to sli.do and type in the code 1889. You can download the Slido Android or iOS app from the App Store. We're going to wait about 2 more minutes, so please, if you are joining us, please try to get into the game as soon as you can. And just a reminder that in case, to make sure that you don't miss out, check if your live stream is in real time. To check for this, hover over the bar at the bottom and check on the bottom right hand side and see if it's showing you a time like minus 0.23 or 01.54. This means that your live stream is slightly delayed. Pull the progress bar right to the end, and then the time should change and say live. That way you can make sure that you don't miss out on any of the facts or any of the information that we present today. Lisa, can you please run through the events for this week one more time before we get started?
Sure thing, Awesome Sub. So on Monday, we have our live Atfal workout at 6 p.m. On Tuesdays, we have the Let's Talk Tarbiyat session on the Zoom app at 4 to 5 p.m. On Wednesdays, we have the National Online Talim class from 6 to 7 p.m. on Zoom. And then we have the live Atfal show presented by Atfal on this channel at 7:30 p.m. On Thursday, we have a weekly Kahoot style quiz night at 4:30 p.m. and the live workout session from 6 to 7 p.m. On Fridays, we have the Let's Talk Tarbiyat session on the Zoom app from 4 to 5 p.m. And on Saturdays, the National Talim class from 11 to 12 p.m. and then the live Atfal workout at 2:30 p.m.
We are going to be waiting around 1 more minute. So if you're just joining us now, please head over to sli.do or download the Slido app from the Android or iOS store and enter the code 1889. From the As you can see below my picture, you can see our leaderboard for this week. So that is the most latest leaderboard. So you guys need to try your best to get onto the leaderboard. We will be updating this board every single week. So this is going to be slightly different to the leaderboard you see at the end of this game, because at the end of this game, that leaderboard is only showing the best performers for this quiz. The leaderboard on our website at www.atfal.org.uk/Kahoot Nights is showing you the leaderboard for the overall best performance. So yeah, I think we're going to wait final 30 seconds. So if you are joining us now, please head over to sli.do or you can go to that and download the Slido app from the Android or iOS store. The entry code is 1889. So I can see some of you are still trying to join in. Please, we're going to be waiting around 10 more seconds, so try your best to get that entry code in there as soon as possible. Type in your first and second name and join the game. We currently have over 200 people waiting to start, so please join as soon as you can. Jazakallah. Okay. Really, so I think we're going to start the quiz now.
Question 1. Who invented the television? Is it A. Masaru Ibuka, B. John Logie Baird, C. Nate Flicks, or D. Albert Einstein?
So, building upon the work of many scientists who had developed different versions and components of the television before him, this scientist used whatever items he could find to begin building a prototype for his television, including an old hat box, some bicycle lights, a pair of scissors, darning needles, glue, and sealing wax.
The correct answer is John Logie Baird invented the television. Next question.
Question 2. Which sea admiral has a monument in Trafalgar Square in London?
At 14, he took part in an expedition to the Arctic. He lost the sight in his right eye during the siege of Calvi in 1794. He was shot in the arm during the Battle of Santa Cruz de Tenerife in 1797. His last words were, "Thank God I have done my duty."
Okay, I do see that some of you might not be quick enough to answer the question. You do only have 25 seconds to answer the question. So as soon as you see the right answer, if you're not sure, just pick any answer because time does matter.
The correct answer was Horatio Nelson. Which country gave the Statue of Liberty to the United States as a gift? A. Canada, B. England, C. France, or D. Denmark?
So the total overall height from base of the pedestal foundation to the tip of the torch is 305 feet 6 inches, which is roughly 93 meters. During the restoration completed in 1986, the new torch was carefully covered with a thin sheet of 24-karat gold. There are 7 rays over her crown, one of each of the 7 continents, each measuring up to 9 feet in length and weighing as much as 150 pounds, which is roughly 75 kilos.
The correct answer was France. France gifted the United States of America the Statue of Liberty. Next question.
Question 4. Which is the largest city in Wales?
Wales was ruled by England from the year 1284 and officially incorporated into England by the Laws in Wales Acts 1535 and 1542, or Act of Union. To symbolise this unification of the two countries since 1301, the Crown Prince of England has been referred to as the Prince of Wales. The correct answer is Cardiff indeed. Next question. What colour is a Himalayan poppy? Is it A, red, B, blue, C, yellow, or D, white?
Poppies can be over a meter tall with flowers up to 15 centimeters. Ancient Egyptian doctors would have their patients eat seeds from poppies to relieve pain. Poppy seeds contain small quantities of both morphine and codeine, which are pain-relieving drugs that are still used today. And in some parts of the world, they use poppies as a source of medication.
The correct answer was blue. A Himalayan poppy is blue. Next question.
Question 6. How many teeth does the adult have? Does a average adult have?
Your teeth are like your fingerprint. They're uniquely yours. Even identical twins don't have identical teeth. The enamel is the outermost layer of your teeth. Like a hard shell, its primary purpose is to protect the rest of the tooth. The enamel is mostly made of calcium and phosphate, like your bones, but is stronger because of the specific proteins, so it is the strongest part of your body. The correct answer is 32. An adult has 32 teeth. Question 7. Which two parts of your body never stop growing? Is it A, ears and nose, B, ears and chin, C, fingers and toes, or D, knees and nose?
So if you were listening carefully last week, we did actually mention this as one of our facts. Just some facts about the human body. Blood makes up about 8% of your total body weight. The human nose can detect about 1 trillion different smells, and if they were laid end to end, all of the blood vessels in the human body would encircle the earth 4 times. And humans are the only animals with chins.
The correct answer is ears and nose. So that ends our first round of general knowledge. We now move on to our second round, Islamic knowledge, with question 8.
So, question 8. What is the name of the Ahmadiyya press in England? What is it named?
The press is located near Islamabad, and in 2019, 331,810 books were printed by the press UK. Is it A. Rakim, B. Rahim, C. Redeem, or D. Rasim? The correct answer is Rakim. Our Ahmadiyya press is named Rakim. Next question. What was the profession of the first caliph before he moved to Qadian? A. Physicist, B. Businessman, C. Physician, or D. Fisher? What was the profession of the first caliph?
Guys, please do remember that you only have 25 seconds to answer these questions. So you do need to be as quick as possible, or your time will be up and you won't get any points. So if you are just joining us now, please go to Slido and enter the entry code 1889. And in case that your live stream is running slightly behind, make sure that the time at the bottom, if you check the progress bar, it should say live. If it says like a time, for example, minus 02.35, that just means you're slightly delayed. So just pull the progress bar right to the end to make sure that you are live.
The correct answer was physician. The first caliph was a physician by profession before he moved to Qadian. Next question.
Question 10. What year was the Ahmadiyya Jamaat founded? Let's see if some of you can realize that you've already seen this answer quite a few times today. Let's see if you notice what it.
Founded in India with its tens of millions of members in more than 204 countries, it is the largest organized Muslim community in the world. Some of the younger Atfal might not be aware of this, but it is the fastest growing Islamic reform movement of our time. The correct answer is indeed 1889, and you must have noticed that our game code is also 1889. So there's a little hint there too. Next question. Question 11. Which language do we consider the mother of all languages? Is it A. Urdu, B. Arabic, C. Persian, or D. Pashto?
You need an average of 1.69 years to learn this language. This language is the official language of over 26 countries and is also one of the 6 official languages of the United Nations.
The correct answer is Arabic. Arabic is the language we consider to be the mother of all languages. Next question.
So, question 12. What does Al-Muslih Maud mean?
Is it A, the promised son, B, the promised helper, C, the promised reformer, or D, the promised worker?
So you have about 5 seconds left.
The correct answer is the promised reformer. Al-Muslih Maud means the promised reformer. Next question. Question 13. What year did promised Messiah salam receive the first revelation? Is it A, 1866, B, 1867, C, 1868, or D, 1869?
So I did want to give you a short backstory to how this revelation came about. So someone took the promised Messiah Islam to Maulvi Muhammad Hussain Batalvi, or we'll just call him Mr. Batalvi, for a public discussion. So Mr. Batalvi belonged to the Ahle Hadith sect that was being opposed at the time by other Muslim sects. So they're basically having a debate. The person who brought Hazur wanted him to have a debate and refute their certain beliefs. When Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad questioned Mr. Batalvi on his beliefs on a certain theological point, he discovered that it was in complete accordance with the Islamic teachings. So he refused to debate with him because he realized that's exactly how he felt, or how he was taught. The person who had brought Hazur for discussion was furious, and he expressed his anger with really, really harsh words because he felt let down. But Hazur replied, saying, "Whatever I did was to seek the pleasure of God Almighty. I don't care if anyone condemns it." So God Almighty was so pleased with his attitude that he was comforted with the following revelation, which was in Urdu, but obviously translated into English. God is pleased with your attitude. He will shower his blessings on you, so much that the kings would seek blessings from your garments. This can be found in Braheen Ahmadiyya, volume 4, page 520. Just wanted to make sure that you guys understand exactly where that came from.
The correct answer is 1869, and Jazakallah asked himself for the backstory.
Question 14. On which days of the week are the Atfal National Talim classes being held? So if you were listening at the beginning, we did mention this as well, on what days the Atfal National Talim classes run.
Is it A, Monday and Sunday, B, Tuesday and Friday, C, Wednesday and Saturday, or D, Tuesday and Saturday? The correct answer is Wednesday and Saturday. Please can all Atfal remember that Wednesday and Saturday is when the national Talim classes are held. This ends the Islamic knowledge round, and we will now move on to our surprise round.
So the surprise round for this week is sports around the world. So question 15.
How many minutes is a rugby match? Is it A, 65, B, 70, C, 75, or D, 80?
So rugby was founded in 1823 at Rugby School. There is a famous story that William Webb caught the soccer ball while playing it and ran towards the opposition's goal. So instead of playing football, he grabbed the ball and ran to the opposition's goal. Since then, the game of rugby has started to develop, and finally in the year 1845, rules of the games were formatted, and the first ever game of rugby was taken place between Scotland and England, in which Scotland won. And until now, not a single rugby team has been able to retain the Rugby World Cup for more than a single tournament.
The correct answer is 80. 80 minutes is the length of a normal general rugby match. Next question.
Question 16. What is the national sport of Japan?
Is it A, karate, B, sumo wrestling, C, football, or D, auto racing?
So you do only have 10 seconds left. Please make sure that you are trying to answer as soon as possible. Time is very limited. You only have 25 seconds for each question.
The correct answer is sumo wrestling. Sumo wrestling is the national sport in Japan. Now on to question 17. In which country were the first Olympic Games held? Is it A, Slovakia, B, Macedonia, C, Fiji, or D, Greece?
The United States has won the most medals throughout all of Olympic history. Gold medals are not actually solid gold. The last time they were solid gold was in 1912. Women were the first allowed to participate in the Olympics in the 1900s, and now the gold medals must be covered in 6 grams of gold, and silver medals must contain 92.5% silver.
The correct answer is Greece. The first Olympic Games were held in Greece, Athens. Next question.
So, question 18. Which ball is worth the most points in English snooker?
Snooker originated in India. The original inspiration for snooker first came from croquet, a game where coloured balls are hit through hoops in the ground with a mallet. Scottish players have won 12 of the last 23 world championships. The correct answer is the black ball. The black ball is worth the most points in English snooker. Next question. Question number 19. How many matches did Muhammad Ali lose in his career? Is it A, none, B, 1, C, 2, or D, 3?
So Muhammad Ali, born, I'm going to try pronouncing it, Caesius Marcellus Clay Jr. on January 17th, 1942. He changed his name to Muhammad Ali in 1964 after joining Islam. In his autobiography, Ali states that he threw his Olympic gold medal into the Ohio River after being refused service at a whites only.
The correct answer is 1. Muhammad Ali lost 1 match in his whole career of boxing.
Question 20. How long is an Olympic swimming pool?
Swimming has been an Olympic sport since 1896. Swimming was officially added to the Summer Olympics over a century ago in 1896. At the time, there were only 13 participants representing 4 countries: Hungary, Greece, Austria, and the US, whom competed against one another in the 100 meter, 500 meter, 1200 meter, and 100 meter sailors freestyle. The correct answer is 50 meters. 50 meters is the length of an Olympic swimming pool. Next question.
On to our final question.
In which sport can you win the Davis Cup? Is it A, badminton, B, tennis, C, fencing, or D, rowing?
So that is our final question for today. You have about 10 seconds left to answer. Please make sure you answer and stay behind for the leaderboard. Okay, before we show you guys the final results, I would just like to mention one time that tonight we will be running a social media campaign, #PrayForHeroes, from 7 p.m. onwards to show our appreciation through prayers to all key workers, especially NHS staff. The aim is to highlight the power of prayers and emphasize how this is the most noble way of showing our appreciation as Muslims. So please try to join us on Twitter by using the #PrayForHeroes. If you don't have an account, ask your parents to tweet using #PrayForHeroes. So now, on to our final leaderboard for today.
The correct answer is tennis. Tennis is where you can win the Davis Cup. Now onto the leaderboard. Asim Sab. In first place, we have Saad Ahmed with 19 out of 21 questions correct and completed all his questions within 3 minutes and 57 seconds. Second place, Ayan Mirza. Third place, Farhan Anwar. Fourth place, Sabika. And fifth place, Faris Karamat. Now, please be aware that you may have the same questions correct as other Atfal, but they have answered them quicker than you. So the importance of speed is here. You must answer as quick as possible, and then you can win every week. So, Jazakallah for tuning in live with us. We'll be back here every Thursday at 4:30. We hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any suggestions and to keep up to date with all the activities that the Atfal department is running, please go to our website www.atfal.org.uk. Please get ready in your workout clothes and meet us back here at 5:30 for an amazing workout session run by Umar Bhatti Saab from the Seta Jismani department.
Apologies, that will be running at 6 p.m. We have changed the times due to namaz, so we will be seeing you back here at 6. And please don't forget our Pray for Heroes campaign starting at 7. Jazakallah, have a good evening, keep safe, Assalamu alaikum.